Hello everybody, it is JD here and welcome to today's No Money Spent episode. It's day 2 of season number 5. If you missed the breakdown of everything that happened yesterday, check out the last episode. As for today, we have spent many millions of MT. Like, we had 7.4, we have 3.3. Oh my god. But we have done it for good reason. The collector level yesterday was updated and it did make us motivated to get collecting for the first time this year. So we have bought 500 cards, because I had about 1,050. We're up to 1,551, and in doing so, we have got the best coach in the game. The only Galaxy Opal coach in the game, +8, pace and space, Don Nelson. I'm going to break down how much it cost, because it costs a lot, and which sets you have to buy. Like how much of a completionist you have to be to have 500 cards, or what do you have to buy to exactly get to that level. You can go higher. People are at Diamond and Moses Malone, but that is a little bit too far away from me. I'm not gonna lie. We have also purchased somebody for our unlimited run, but we played the game today, and I regretted playing the game today. We can have whatever content we want. The gameplay of 2K23 is just headache inducing, and I don't know if I can play much of it this season. We already cut down loads in season 4. It might be time to cut down even more. I don't know, but let's jump into it. It was a good day today of buying and selling on the auction house. It was when I played it went bad, so yeah, maybe we just need to live in the auction house and the menus. I don't know, but let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for the daily videos. Check out facebook.com for the daily streams with So Rare, FIFA, and Fortnite fun. And let me know down below, after 24 hours, how are you feeling about season number 5? Is it as good as you thought it was initially? Is it worse than you thought initially? Let me know any and all thoughts down below. So as you can see, we haven't really played for XP because obviously, why would I? It's Tyler Hero and I don't care for him in the slightest. But yeah, lifetime agendas. This is where it's been at. So yesterday we were at 1,050 cards. That was without trying. That was with no promo cards. We had a couple of amethysts here or there and a couple of untradeable cards here or there, but we didn't have like any big cards that were worth anything. So we hit 1,100 cards, which is a centerpiece, which is an absolutely worthless reward, and I had to discard it for like 250 MT. Great. 300 tokens, useless. 45,000 MT, pretty useless. Galaxy Opal Glenn Robinson, we got him. I have not used him, and I will never use Galaxy Opal Glenn Robinson. Was released, like a couple of weeks ago, but yeah. He just do be Mr. Mid. I think he's got a normal jump shot, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, moving on. We then got every shoe boost. Again, useless shoe boosts don't have any value because of packs like that. 350 tokens. 3 Hoff badges. We have taken those Hoff badges. But 2K messed up. I believe it or not, 2K messed up. So we had Post Playmaker, Ankle Breaker, Fast Twitch, Post Lockdown, Bully, Giant Slayer, Ankle Braces, Slippery Off Ball, Ankle Braces, and Mini Magician. I had a duplicate in a 10-pack, 1,400 pack card. So this is a weird one because previously, like 1,100 cards of collector level, not 1,100, wherever the previous off badges were, it was the same badges for everybody. So I wrote down what I thought these badges were going to be, and I opened up this pack and I got incredibly confused when the names in front of me were not what I got written down. And somebody in my stream was also just at 1,400 cards, and they opened theirs, and they had a completely different selection. So I think 1,400 cards is just random. And if you get 10 random badges, you might get a duplicate out of those, because 2K can't design a system that actually works, and they can't have it like random but no duplicates. So you can get dupes out of this, and we got 2 ankle braces out of ours. We did take 1 ankle brace and Mini Magician, and they were 2 new Hoff badges for me. Then we got 50,000 MT, then we got 400 more tokens, and then we got the Don. Galaxy Opal Don Nelson, and he is the only Opal coach in the game right now, and he is +8 space and pace. So we've brought back Yao Ming. Let's talk about the boosts, but before we talk about boosts, we've got to talk about Yao Ming, you know what I'm saying? We have picked up the God. You need him. You just do. If you want to play this game in any capacity online, you need Yao Ming. Right now, he's at still like a mil. Is that a standard one? That's a standard one, 800k. This was 27 Hoffs. And somehow, I managed to get him for 900k. I don't know how, but he was actually bought from somebody in the stream. Earl, I'm so sorry. He came into the stream today. I was like, man, I sold a Yao last night for like 900k and it was 27 hoffs. And I was like, oh dear, I've got some bad news, buddy. I think I might have bought it. And he was like, yeah, that's mine. So 900k for a 27 hoff Yao. I don't know how I managed to pull that one off. But I did. And I'm very happy with that. So here is Don Nelson. And here are the boosts that Don Nelson gives. So Ben Simmons, plus 8 3-ball. Ball control, speed, and perimeter defense. Scottie Pippen gets exactly the same, but he gets help defensive IQ as well. Tim Thomas and E get the same. Plus 8-3, help defense, IQ, pass IQ, perimeter defense, interior defense, and speed. And then Yao Ming, help defense, interior D, pass IQ, perimeter defense, defensive rebounding, and speed. Plus 8 speed on Yao Ming. He's obviously got a shoe, which boosts his speed to 84. This Yao Ming has 92 speed in February. That is absolutely ridiculous. So Opal Don is here. Now we've got to him. We're gonna pump the brakes a little bit. Shoe boost here. Don't care. 450 tokens. Don't care. 4 Hoff badges from here is nice, but it's still another 150 cards away. And obviously Moses Malone will be nice, and nobody yet is at George Gervin. You do get Hoff badges at 1900 and 2100, but what we really need is a dynamic rating set or something. We need something to get, another 450 cards. Tokens being utilized would be nice. Heat check in the token market, dynamic ratings in the token market, something like that would be amazing right now, because it is just so expensive. So let's talk about the cost, let's talk about the prices, and let's talk about what we have bought to get to this level. So we will start down here, obviously Series 1, all of those guys from the token market. I've also, of course, completed the trophy case, wherever the hell that is. Yeah, I also completed the trophy case. So we had like a base 1,000 cards. So Series 2, we have picked up every Emerald, Sapphire, Ruby, Amethyst, and Diamond cards. We have not got all of the Pink Diamonds, I don't think. We haven't got all the Opals, I don't think. And then you'll be noticing, like, there's massive, you're like, oh, why aren't you just buying all these cards? Well, because all these cards are gold cards, and they're like 7, 8, 9, 10k ahead, which is absurd. Now, the reason for that is because they are all under, like, under 75 rated, I think. And there's a 9% chance of getting a card between 66 and 80 rated, and that is why. Basically, that is why. They are just super duper rare. They're not coming out of these packs much, and a lot of people are obviously buying cards for collector level right now, so I wouldn't recommend buying many of them. I bought a few of them, not a lot. I just needed a few extra cards to get me to Don Nelson, and then I was like, well, I'm going to stop here. So I wouldn't recommend, and I'll say this right now, I would not recommend going for collector level. I'm doing it because we're very, very rich, but I would not recommend going for collector level. It is still not worth it. It is so expensive, and we're going to get into the numbers in a minute, but it is so expensive. But if you want to get to 1550, that's kind of what you got to buy, all of those guys. Season 1, you've got to buy everything. Literally everything. There's one card I don't have here, but obviously that is the lock-in Cade Cunningham, and that's impossible to get now. Other than that, I've got every single card from Season number 1. Season 2, I have got every single card. Obviously, these don't count as player cards. I've got every single card from Season 2. These are the levels you got to get just to get to Don Nelson, by the way, which is wild. Season 3, I've got every card, apart from Sean Kemp, who is beyond level 40, so you can't get him back. I don't have Opal Shaq, Opal Steph, or Bob Netalicki, but I do have a bid on 7 minutes left on Bob Netalicki there, so we might get him coming through. Other than that, we've got every card of Season 3. Season 4, we have got everybody here. Obviously, we didn't do Westbrook, and I'm not going to get Westbrook. I can get Steve Kerr. I need to play one game of clutch time, and I can get Steve Kerr. I didn't get Joe Harris, didn't get Spencer Dinwiddie. Flight School, not got the 2 Opals there. I do have Opal J.R. Smith. Eclipse, don't have 2 Opals. Cosmic, I just don't have Vince Carter. Alternate Reality, the 4 Opals. Is it 4 Opals here? Yeah, it is 4 Opals I don't have there. And the All-Star, a few Opals I don't have. And then Season 5, we've got all these guys. Don't have the Opals. And that's it. You pretty much need to have every auctionable card And then, you know, everything that's not a gold here to get to 1550. And then if you want to push any further, you're going to have to start buying gold cards at an exorbitant price. Let me just show you guys what these are at. It is wild. 5k, not a single gold card in February for 5k. You are looking at 6,000 MT. And obviously that's going to get very, very expensive. So, again, we tried not to spend too much on those. So, that's what you've got to buy, but how much MT do you need? How much is that going to cost you? Well, we had 7.4 million MT. We're at about 3.3 right now. We spent around 500k on packs, which was, you know, sad because we didn't really make anything back from that. We spent about 500k on packs, so that puts us down to about 7 mil. We then went ahead and bought Yao for about 1 mil, so that'll take us down to 6 mil. And we've got this 50k bid on Bombiness Liquor here, who I don't really need, but it is what it is. So you are probably looking at about 2.5 million MT. I was, you know, patient with some of them, not so patient with other ones. You can maybe get it cheaper, you can maybe get it more expensive. I don't know. But 2.5 million MT to buy all of that. 2.5 mil to get back. You do, of course, get some MT back, but, you know, when you're spending 2.5 mil... the little bits you get don't really make a dent. We got 45k and 50k. So we made back 100k from 2.5 mil. So we spent 2.4 mil. The tokens, you got 300. What was that? 1,050. Which obviously do absolutely nothing because you can't. There's nothing to use tokens for. 3 Hoffs and the Opal coach of Don Nelson and Opal Glenn Robinson, who you will never use. The shoe boost might get you some MT back, but debatable. So, in conclusion, oh my god, is it expensive. I didn't realise it was quite this wild, but Jesus Christ, it's wild. Now, I can do it, obviously, because we've still got 3 mil plus a Yao to sell, so we've still got 4.3 mil. If I wanted to, I could buy all of these gold cards, but there doesn't seem to be any need to right now. There's no rush. These are things that will come down as time goes by. They're only expensive now because they're rare, and... couple that with the fact that everybody is kind of now excited about the collector level. It's kept me involved and engaged for a day. We spent a good portion of today just working the auction house, just buying up all of the cards that we needed, and it was fine. What's that? Season 1 Hollow Emerald, fair enough. So, you know, it was good. It's kept me engaged for a day, but now that's over. We then went into Unlimited, and it is just so unenjoyable. My first game was a full 30-minute game. Opponent stayed to the end. I got 260 points. And I won by like 15 points. And I'm just like, that's so unrewarding for the time. I just... Lamar Odom at 6,000 points is just shocking. Alex English at 11,000 points is just not it, Chief. So we've got this amazing team. Millions of MT in the bank. But it just doesn't change the gameplay being... so hard to get your head around. So much spiking, so many dumb animations, so many players just doing the complete opposite of what you want, not cutting when you want them to cut, cutting when you don't want them to cut. It's like they are programmed to do the opposite of what they should actually be doing. So yeah, really tough when you actually start playing the game. We are back up to 47 Hoffs, so we can badge out somebody to make back some of the MT that we're using to buy cards. By the way, Tracy McGrady at 1 million MT. That looks a bit dodgy, doesn't it? Tracy McGrady at 1 million MT. It does look a little bit fishy that they're all bidded up to 1 million MT already. I don't know how so many people have a mil when making MT is so goddamn hard and badging out cards is not what it used to be. I don't know how many people have got so much MT, but again, it from somewhere, I guess. I don't know. And it is obviously very evident that, you know, selling MT and buying MT is still very prevalent. If we just go to Diamond 100k, there we go. That didn't take long. I don't know who's ordering 300,000 MT, but somebody is right there. There we go. 500k, 500k, another 300k. It's very easy to find. There we go. Jabari Smith 200k. So I think this is where the MT is coming from. So the bans have not worked. The market is still being controlled by the MT sites who are still firmly in business because the bans haven't worked. So this price right here is extortionate. It's ridiculous. D-Rob's price is around 600k. It would be cool to have D-Rob. It would be cool to have T-Mac. But then I remember it doesn't matter who I have. The game is just broken. So we've got through today. We got Opal Don Nelson, and that was cool. But now I'm back at square one, which is where we were yesterday. Collect level kept us engaged for a day, and now I'm back to where I was yesterday, which is not a great place to be. Nothing this season is really appealing. There were 3 cards that I wanted. I wanted Billy Knight, I wanted Mike Bantam, and I wanted Benedict Mathurin. This guy is random, this guy is random, and this guy is 6 weeks away. So I feel that, and I'm like, wow, okay. Well, there's domination. It's like, oh, domination Anthony Edwards is awful at this point in the game, and you are playing for 250 MT and a gold card. That's not very motivating now, is it? And I'm like, okay, well, that's pretty much it. So I'm really struggling for Season 5. I don't know. It feels like this whole year, and shout out to Mo for this topic, by the way, has just been a beta test. And it feels like that beta test is over now, and we're just back to the game we had anyway. The trophy case, done. Takeover players, done. The 2-week events, done. And we're just back to RNG and player in game modes. And that's what we had last year and the year before and the year before. And we just had to deal with 5 months of 4 seasons and 5 months of a beta test, basically, with different pack odds pretty much like every week, it felt like. And now we're just back at square one. And below par level 40s as well. Seems like we're back at square one. And that's kind of wild when you think about it. Like, we've just played a beta test that's failed, and they've just reverted back to what they had. Nothing's stuck. That's kind of wild. So I don't know where we go from here, but we always try and figure it out. Again, it's been good today with the collector level. I just don't know what's going to happen moving forward. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, 2.5 mil for an Opal coach. It is horrifically expensive. Only do it if you are incredibly rich. And even then, I probably wouldn't recommend it, but it is what it is. That's going to do it for me today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. As usual, please subscribe. See you next time, and peace.